Welcome to the Ray Amanat Show. Wake the fuck up, America.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in social media land. Welcome to the Ray Amanat Show. Of course, we're sponsored by the OBBM Network, so thank you for having us, and we'll give you more information on that. You are on the Ray Amanat Show. Those of you that are interested, you can go to the obbmnetwork.tv and watch all of our previous episodes, including this one, once it's uploaded on their network. You can watch it on iHeartRadio, your Roku TV, or anything else, other platforms that they're on. Again, that's obbmnetwork.tv. Today, we have another teachable moment. I interviewed a good friend of mine that just will be joining my networking team, of which we're building up nicely. This teachable moment is with Miss Jerrica Glaeser, and she's going to be talking about how she grew up with alopecia, the trials, tribulations that she had to go through, coming to terms, and then becoming the entrepreneur that she is now. So let me get her queued up. And here we go. Good morning, everybody out in social media land, TV land, and on the OBBM Network.tv. Welcome to the Ray Amanat Show, and hello, America. Today's teachable moment is going to be with my good friend, Miss Jerrica Glaeser, who's going to talk to us a little bit about her growing up with alopecia. So, can you tell everybody a little bit about the different types of alopecia that are out there and what you had? And we'll get into kind of what you had to go through from a childhood experience to an adolescent to an adult.
Absolutely. So there are a few different types of alopecia. I specifically have alopecia areata, and it's kind of one of those ones where it just does whatever it wants. You lose hair, it comes back. It might be different every single time. It's one of the ones that doctors are kind of like, meh, we don't really know. But there's other alopecia where you lose your hair and then it just never comes back. And then there is one other one that I don't really know much about.
So, how old were you when you first started noticing that something's wrong or something's not right?
So I was 11 when I first noticed it. I only lost the bottom half of my hair. It looked like somebody just took a razor to the bottom half, and that was that, because it was a perfect line. All the hair was already growing back, all at the same length. But I knew nobody did that, so I was like, this is kind of weird and concerning. And we did a lot of testing. I was a pincushion for a little while until the doctors were able to figure out that I had alopecia areata. And then my hair was growing back already. It fell out again when I was in 8th grade. Towards the end of 8th grade is when it started.
And that's when you went totally bald?
Yes. By the time 9th grade started, I was almost fully bald. I was wearing a hat, and I had like just little whiffs of hair that were just kind of there, that were just the last holdouts.
So you went from, and those of you that are in my generation, went from a mow from the Three Stooges haircut to a curly with no hair, pretty much.
I had no hair on my entire body for all of 4 years. I lost everything: eyebrows, eyelashes, even nose hair.
Wow. I've got plenty of hair to give you.
Even the peach fuzz. No peach fuzz anywhere.
So, how did you deal with that in an elementary school basis? Or let's say you were to come across a child, if you had a child or a child that is getting ready to start school and they have that, what would your advice to them be?
So if you're a parent and you have a child or you're taking care of a child that has alopecia, I would just prepare them for everything. They're going to get questions about it. People might assume they have cancer or they might already know about alopecia, which a lot of people do nowadays. Just make sure the child fully understands what it is when they get asked. So that way they are comfortable, they're prepared, there's no freezing up, they know exactly what to say because you prepared them to know all about it.
So, was that the number one thing? People assumed you had cancer and just didn't really want to say anything to you because it felt uncomfortable or awkward?
Yes, it was always uncomfortable and awkward when they approached me assuming I had cancer. I really hated that because it wasn't cancer. Cancer's a big deal, and I didn't want people to assume that of me. So I did have to educate them on what alopecia is. But nowadays, it's about 50-50. A lot of people are knowing more about it. It's growing a lot more awareness, and it's actually become a lot more in your face. A lot more people are getting alopecia nowadays, it seems like.
So, middle school, that's a tough age, because it's real clicky, and that's where bullying, in my opinion, kind of ramps up. If it's when we had talked before, you had said that you had to wear wigs a lot. Tell me that process.
So I definitely got a lot of the stares. I didn't have outright bullying like in my face, but it was the going quiet when I walked by and the whispers and whatnot. Um, and of course, it was pretty obvious when I was just wearing a hat and barely had hair sticking out. But eventually, I switched to wigs because I lost the rest of my hair. We were my parents and I were of course new to this whole wig deal, and we didn't get me the best looking wigs to begin with, so it was super obvious, and the whispers and all that still continued. So it was very difficult being in high school and having that happen, especially with all the hormones. And I was brand new to the high school, so we had just moved. Everyone had known every each other growing up, and I was just this random person that shows up.
And you're wanting to fit in.
Hmm.
You're wanting to have boyfriends and um, have a normal life. But, did you get bullied a lot, or did it get to a point where you had a small group of friends that you explained what alopecia was, and those were the people you hung out with?
Yep, I had just a few close friends that I would hang out with all of the time. In fact, I'm going to one of their weddings in May, so that's really exciting. But yeah, I just had about three friends, and that's about it. Beyond that, I just went to school and went home.
Well, that's more than me, I think. I don't know. So, what advice would you give to a young adult that's going through middle school and high school and didn't have the support system or guidance or help from your parents that you had, and they're struggling? Is suicide something that people that have alopecia think about or do? Is it a high rate or a low rate, or is that something you know about?
So I wouldn't know about specific rates on that.
Percentages, yeah.
Yes, but I would absolutely say it's something that people will be thinking about. Uh, I mean, I went through that when I was in high school as well. Never acted on it, but the thought was definitely there for a long time. And I would say if you're not somebody who can handle the sadness that comes with it, then get help. If it can't be from your friends or your family, then you need to go to therapy. You need to learn the coping mechanisms that they will teach you, so that way you can get through your day and start to learn how to accept yourself.
So you've got hair growing back now, and that's because you're in some kind of a study?
Yes. So when I first lost all of my hair and I was that human pincushion, they tried a bunch of different treatments that are out there and available that didn't work for me whatsoever. But I'm in a Facebook group that's just called Alopecia areata. Somebody is doing a research study and they reached out to me through there. And I started that, I want to say, in November. It's just a pill that I'm taking every day. It's a drug that's already out on the market for other things, but they have to test it for alopecia because a doctor thought it could help us. And as you can see, my hair is growing back. So it seems to be working, which is really nice.
So explain, when we had a previous conversation, instead of people making fun of you because of being bald or the hats you wore or the wigs that you wore, explain this.
This. So,
The outfits that you wore.
uh, because of the whispers and all of that in high school, I wanted to take control of how I was going to react to it. Of course, I was uncomfortable with uh, being bald and all that, but I knew I could do something about it. I figured, hey, if they're going to make fun of me for something that I can't control, how about I make sure they make fun of me for something that I can control, which is my outfits. So towards the end of sophomore year, I was getting my first paycheck from my first job ever, and I went out and looked for school-friendly clothes that I could wear, but that were different. So nowadays, I mean, tutus are a staple of my outfits that I wear just because I love the way I dressed then. Mom, it was not a phase. Okay. But I took control of how people made fun of me. I started wearing bright neon colors and fishnets and all that good stuff. And people just made fun of me for that. And it made me more comfortable. Even if somebody did make fun of me for wearing a wig, like it didn't hurt as bad as it did before because I was more comfortable in what I was wearing.
So instead of people looking at you as if you were a freak, you just decided to go all in and
Oh,
be
heck
a
yes.
freak. Okay.
Freaks have more fun, okay? If people will accept you for who you are. And if they make fun of you, then you know that's not the right people for you. It really picks out the bad people from the good ones.
Correct. See, I was the kind of guy when I was bullied that I would wear, well, I still am. I would wear all black and I would just try to blend in or try to be unnoticeable. I wanted to be invisible.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something similar that you see either yourself or other people that have alopecia go through?
I know that's what I did at first, that first couple of years of high school until I decided to take control. But being invisible isn't the way to go. You're not working on it yourself. You are just trying to not think about it. You're not working through your emotions, and you need to do what you can to grow. You need to grow to acceptance, and it might take a long time. It's taken me 20 years. This most recent time that I've lost my hair, I've finally accepted it. So if you're in the same boat, don't worry. It might take you 30 years. It might take you none. You might just accept it right away. But that's not how it goes for most people.
So, as an adult, and what So, as an adult, somebody that might have alopecia and they're looking for a job, is that a big factor in am I going to get it? Am I going to be accepted? Am I going to, what kind of things go through their head when they're going through a job interview? Your career, you work for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell everyone a little bit about what you do there, but for other people that don't want to venture out and be their own boss and they're going for a job interview, what would you say to them?
It doesn't matter. If you're gonna have your hair loss and go get a job, you can be bald, you can wear a scarf, you can wear a wig. I never had any issues. The only problems I had were, can I wear my favorite wig, which was like a blue pixie cut wig, which some jobs won't let you wear, which is fine. But if you're gonna wear wigs, it doesn't matter. Just go for your job interview. You are, of course, welcome to tell them about it, but you don't have to because they can't necessarily discriminate you for not having hair.
Right.
But yeah, no, I never had any problems.
All right. So tell everybody about your career choice and what you're doing now.
Yes. So I started my own business when I was recovering from childbirth. I did that in 2021 and started Gulf Harbor's Therapeutic Massage, where I beat you up in the right way. I only say that because I work with a lot of people that have neck and low back issues. Most people from are victims of car accidents and just physical trauma in general. And I got into it because I've been in 5 car accidents now. The first 2 are what really got me into it because I was rear-ended by a Mack truck, and massage therapy helped me a lot, and I wanted to help everybody.
So that's how you got into it. But you don't wear the tutus and everything when you do the massage therapy.
No, no,
do
no,
you?
no. This is personal time. When I do massages, I am very professional. It is all about professionalism and listening to my client and making sure they get the most pain relief that they possibly can out of it.
So how can people get a hold of you? For one, if you have questions about it, you can go to our Facebook page, the Ray Amanat Show, and you can ask questions through there of me or of Jerrica, and we'll answer them the best we can. She'll answer them because she's more qualified to answer them than I am, but I'll do the best I can. Or if they want to know more about getting in touch with you for massage therapy. Now, I know you were, your massage was out of your house, and the hurricane that came flooded your house out. So what's going on with that? Right now, you're just a mobile massage.
Yes. So for Gulf Harbor's Therapeutic Massage, I converted one of my bedrooms into a massage room. I have my own massage establishment license, which is MM42996, and my house got flooded. So right now we're doing mobile only, which is fine. We're gonna get to repairs soon. I'm the one who's holding us back. I'll get those permits submitted soon. But other than that, if you want to get a hold of me to just ask questions or to book a massage, you can go to thedeeptissuequeen.com. There is a contact page. There is also online booking. You can also call or text 727-300-2668, and I'll be able to answer any questions you have there.
Well, Jerrica, it was a pleasure interviewing you, getting to know you. I'm very in awe of everything that you've done, how you've gone from kind of a victim to victorious story, because you're not going to let anything hold you back. So thank you for being here. It was a pleasure talking to you. Again, like, share, comment. If you have questions, give us the questions. Other than that, we will see you on the next show. And I'm back, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed the interview with Jerrica Glaeser. Here's the information that you guys can have if you have questions for her and would like to get a hold of her. I'm going to have to get my readers on so I can read this myself. But if you want to get a hold of her, you could call her at 727-300-2668. Her website is thedeeptissuequeen.com, and you can schedule appointments to get your massages with her mobile massages. And now once she's got her house back up and running, then you can schedule appointments to go get the full bodies. You can go to, if you want to email her at painrelief@gulfharborsmassage.com. And her massage license number is MM42996. Now, as always, if you want to get more information about our show and everything else, you can go to info@therayamanatshow.com. Email us your thoughts, comments, and we'll read them on the next show if you'd like. But that's it. Excuse me, info@therayamanatshow.com. Yeah, as always, as we end the show, we talk about how to get help. If you're dealing with domestic violence, make sure you contact the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-SAFE. You're not here alone by yourself. There are people out there that can help you, family, neighbors. I know sometimes it's embarrassing and you don't want people to know your business, but you don't want it to escalate and get out of control and regret not getting the right kind of help to improve your lifestyle and be independent. You can go to the suicide prevention hotline at 1-800-273-TALK. If you know of somebody that might want to hurt themselves or do something more drastic, please share this number with them and be a support system for them so they can get the right kind of help, because we want them to be around a long time, to be our friends, to be our family members, to be our co-workers. Give them the number to Suicide Prevention Hotline, 1-800-273-TALK. If you're a witness to any crime in a shopping center, mall, your neighborhood, you can call Crime Stoppers USA and leave an anonymous tip at 1-800-222-TIPS. Again, that's 1-800-222-TIPS. As always, wake the cluck up, America. We've got some other shows that are coming out your way. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about self-defense pros. And let's do this real quick. All right, Self-Defense Pros is a company that I've started that is a consulting and training company with the emphasis of working with martial arts schools, working with businesses, and then also doing presentations, whether they're lectures or seminars for the general public, on the importance of learning self-defense and being proactive and never having to use what you've learned, rather than being reactive because something bad happened and now you think you need to get that training. So be proactive. Check out Self-Defense Pros. Email us at ray@selfdefensepros.net so that we can set up a seminar or lecture in your neighborhood. That is my time. I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Welcome to the Ray Amanat Show. Wake the fuck up, America.